Hi and welcome. I'm Dr. Angie Wilikala, CEO and founder of Healing Agents International, and we are a nonprofit that is focused on helping you walk through a cancer diagnosis. And tonight I have my good friend Miena. She's my neighbor, cancer thriver, and friend, and we met how many years ago? 2 years ago, I think, right? And the reason why I wanted to bring her on and share her story is this girl is a rocker. She is a pistol, let me tell you. She's a fighter, and she's been going after this cancer thing. She's been patiently waiting for her miracle, and we're just waiting it out. And I wanted to bring her on tonight to share with you some of her insight that is awesome and hopefully will inspire you and encourage you to keep taking that next step forward with whatever you're walking through. So, Miena, thanks for coming over, having coffee at my house tonight, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I'm very excited to be here. Hopefully I have something to share that's gonna, resonate with you guys, and I can help you out with whatever it is that you need. Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So your story started, we met 2 years ago. I think you'd already been a year into your cancer diagnosis, right? And this was 2014 when we met with my second diagnosis of stage 4 breast cancer in the spine. Yes, it's so fun. But tell us what it's been like for you up until now.
It has been so many things, and one of the best things that I like to say is when the door shut to my good health, so many other doors opened up for me, and it just took me a lot of soul searching and thinking and trying to make sense out of all this to really understand where I was at, and that basically, everything starts with and ends with and goes through God. And that's why I'm so happy to be here tonight, because she calls it God strong. And I think God chooses the strong ones to go through this kind of thing. Mm-hmm. As difficult as it can be, I still get up every day and I still am thankful for my breathing. I'm still thankful to see my child. Still happy to see the sun in sunny California, so we're so blessed with so many things, and it's hard not to think, oh, poor me, why me, or feel bad for myself. But what I've done is I've learned how to accept my feelings, if they're good or they're bad, and kind of let myself go through the emotion of it, and it just does help me a lot. I struggled. From 2013 in January, I got diagnosed. I got diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer. I had got diagnosed with a rare type of breast cancer that initially was misdiagnosed for 2 months, and during that time, it quickly spread into my lymph nodes, which is why I'm stage 4. I try to look past any anger that I might have towards my doctors that misdiagnosed me, right. And just go on to a place of peace and just understand, God chose me for this for whatever reason, and He knows best. I may not know, and I don't need to necessarily know. I trust Him and I believe in Him. And from the very first day that I got diagnosed and I shared my story, I have chosen to not question God and not say, why did you do this to me, or why did this happen? More so it was like, my faith got stronger, and I realized, exactly. He knows why He chose me and what the purpose of this is for, and it's really made me stronger, and it has opened more doors.
Wow. Amen, sister. Can I get a high five?
Can I say any more? I'm sorry.
No, it's awesome. That's exactly where we want to start, because you just told me you're up to like 27 rounds of chemotherapy, and you got to have God in your life to knock that out, right? So you were just saying, my question for you was, God, where do you draw your strength from? And so,
well, I find it from God, and I have learned a lot in this process, much quicker than normal. But what I've learned, number one, through God and the way He's made us, it's so miraculous and it's so amazing. The body heals itself. So even when I go through this, poison, chemo, the bad stuff, it's there to help me with the cancer. And so what I realized is, like, every time I go back for a blood draw and they look at my stuff, everything's kind of getting back to normal again. It's like the body just starts it fixes itself in a certain amount of time. And so I find my strength through God. I know He created me for a reason, a purpose, and that this is all there's a reason for all this. So I do find my strength from God, and secondary, I find my strength through my family and my son, in particular, who, he's very precious to me. I have one child, and he means the world to me, and I choose to not give up, because I look at him and I realize in my spirit that God chose me to be his mom, and that I have a purpose, and that is to raise him right and be there for him and share this life with him, because that's what's so important, is life with your family. So I find my strength from God and from my family and my son.
That's awesome. So what would you say for someone who's just been diagnosed? Like, where would you recommend that they start? Like, where do you start?
Oh, goodness. By the time your brain catches up with what's going on,
Exactly,
6 months time has passed. Please note.
Yeah.
Please make a note of that, because by the time you realize what's going on, you don't know what's going on. You really gotta find. I think the first thing would be to gather as much information and to try to get a few opinions from a few different doctors, because every single doctor in oncology is gonna have, a route, a plan of action for you to take. And, I don't want you to go through something and then later on be like, ooh, I should have went with somebody else, or I should have done this, or should have done that. Exactly. This is your life, this is your health. Yeah. And if you're over the age of 18, you definitely are making these decisions on your own. So, at the end of the day, you can't come back and be like, I made a mistake. Certain things I wish I would have changed with my treatment, but it is what it is, and I can't change what even happened yesterday.
Right.
But certainly, I would say, don't be panicked. I thought when I got diagnosed with cancer, I immediately thought of the cemetery and the grave, and I thought I was going to be dead, But then I realized very quickly that, there's a lot you can put yourself through, your body through, and God can put you through, and still find a way to heal you and fix you. And even if I don't get fixed, I'm looking forward to the next life,
That's right.
There's still something to look forward to, regardless of where we're going. But my advice would be to sit down, write your questions, as many as you have, whatever they are, as silly as they can be, and I've asked them, because I was 32 and I was diagnosed, so I had a lot of different kinds of things running through my mind.
You're young. You're very young.
Certain ones of them, weren't necessarily the ones I wanted to say in front of my dad, but I definitely said them to the person, and I got the information.
Yeah.
I mean, fill your mind with information. Don't make a decision quickly, or, as I say to my doctor, I refuse to make decisions out of fear. I don't want to be scared into this, because, there's always an alternative, there's always another way, there's always more information. I'm sorry, I talk a lot. I just have so much I want to share. I think it's important. So I'm just saying, gather your information, get as much info as you can, and then try to make a decision that makes sense for you and your life right now.
Exactly. What I tell patients too, and people that I work with is, you're not going to die tomorrow. It took 10, 20, 30 years for this cancer to get into your body. It's going to take some time for it to get out. And then now that I've walked through some treatments myself, it's like now we're like life after cancer treatments and the recovery. So it's definitely a process, right? So awesome.
I mean, this goes back to my strength. I figure if I could go through what I've been through, you can keep bringing it.
You can do anything.
Give it to me. Right? It's okay. I'm still here, so.
I know. So for me, like all these business things we're doing and stuff in life, it's like, I can do that. I can do that, because we just walk through heart, needles in the heart, needles in the lungs, craziness. Chemo, any kind of treatment. So
I willingly give them my arm and let them poke my vein and put the stuff in my vein. So if I'm going through that, and then I go through all the arrangement of side effects that come with that. I won't get into details.
Right. You know at home what they are.
It can be pretty tough, but like I said, that's why I called on my faith and on God at first, because seriously, sometimes it comes down to this, and it's just you and God, and you're like, God,
seriously,
I belong to you.
Amen?
I belong to you, and you made me, and I went through this, and I'm still breathing, and I'm still living, and it's because you're putting that breath in me. You're letting me breathe. So I thank Him, and I'm thankful, and you know.
So gratitude, right? I mean, my next question was, what's your greatest gift? And I think you just nailed it. Like, don't you just walk through life so much different now? Like, I remember it was just a matter of moments, you know, and I'd be humming along, having a good day, and the next thing you know, I'm in the ER with tubes and being admitted for 5 days, and, you know, the craziness that happened. So what do you think you've taken as your biggest gift for this whole journey?
I think it's really like finding the balance within myself and trusting myself and believing in what it is that, you know, the vibrations of the thoughts that's running through my mind, that's really gonna help me, you know, stay longer, you know, because if you start thinking negative,
thinking stinking, they gotta go.
it takes you in a different way. And, you know, I'm not saying I don't have those days or bad days, but certainly when I have this vibration where I feel like, you know, I'm strong, I have these soldiers in me ready to go, and I've already, you know, in January it'll be 3 years, and I'm ready to celebrate, because in somebody with stage 4 diagnosis, normally the stats aren't great for, you know, to even be here for 3 years. So I'm already saying, look, I'm beating the odds, and I'm looking forward to, you know, living at least 10, 20 more years, if not till I'm 88, you know?
That's right.
But,
that's right.
But, you know, I think the biggest gift is keeping my mind right, and thinking the right things, and pushing myself in the right way. And if I need to just accept that I'm tired, or I need to lay down, or I need to eat, or I need to, you know, watch Ellen DeGeneres and laugh.
Yes.
Then
I'm
gonna do that. You know, if I want to just get silly and dance with my kid, then you know, just take each moment for what it's worth.
Exactly. Now that is exactly why I have named her the God Strong Award recipient for 2015. Can I get an amen? Woo!
Thank you.
So this Saturday we are celebrating her at our special event, where we're going to give her a great award and just love on her and encourage her so that she can continue to love on everyone else around her in her life. Let me leave you with this last question, and we're going to wrap up. Because we don't have an hour, but I know we want an hour. We have so much to share. If you had one chance to reach 1 million people, what piece of advice would you leave them? Like, this is it. You don't have to talk to them again, but what is that one thing you would give them? You've given us so much already so far, but what's that one thing you want to leave a legacy about?
I think it is okay to accept yourself the way that you are, the way that you're made, and to believe in yourself, and to take the path that's right for you. You know, when we're younger and we're in our, you know, teens or we're 20s, you know, I think there's a lot of confusion with how we're supposed to be, and it's, you know, everybody wants to be like somebody else or like everybody else. And I think the real unique and wonderful thing about life is that it's unique to you and for you. And so do whatever it takes to make your life, you know, thrive, so you can at least be happy with who you are daily, not just, you know, at the end of the year, you know, daily. Like, be proud of who you are, accept yourself, and you know, try to take every day for what it's worth, and because we never know when our last day is. I mean, me having a stage 4 diagnosis is not any different than a normal healthy person that may have a heart attack or get hit by a bus.
Exactly.
Any of us can go at any moment, and so that's how precious life is. And so, you know, just be grateful for who you are, for who you have and what you have, and don't worry too much about what you don't have. I'm not going to worry too much about having cancer. I'm happy that I'm able to live my life every day with the people that I love. So that's what I would say.
Awesome. Wow, that's huge. So if you want to come meet Miena, come join us this Saturday at 3 o'clock in our office, where we're going to love on her and give her this amazing award. But thank you so much for watching. Yeah. This is what we're about. Healing Agents International is our new name. God Strong Foundation is our foundation, but we're renaming it, we're rebranding it so that we can have you join us. My goal with this nonprofit is to help us, you know, you and I have talked about this before, but we want to connect all the doctors that can help us, so that our integrative doctors talking to our oncologists, talking to the nutritionists, so everyone's in this network. And so that's what I'm passionate about, creating this new network called Healing Agents International. We're all about coming together to help others heal. So thanks so much for joining us, my awesome friend Miena and my
Thank you for
neighbor.
having me.
Please write your love notes and your comments down at the bottom of this video so she can read them and feel the love and inspiration. And thank you so much for joining us. And
Thank
God
you.
bless.
Keep praying for us. We appreciate it.
Yeah. Bye.